Hello everyone and welcome back to Be Hero X episode 11. Last episode, we wrapped up the Lucky Cyan story. I really liked the conclusion. I really loved Lucky Cyan. That was probably my favorite story that we've had so far, just because I got very attached to her character. I feel like the, in terms of like the stories, how like interesting the story itself was, I think maybe the E-Soul story so far is like the strongest in terms of like pure like thematic connections in the actual narrative. But in terms of how attached I was to it, the Lucky Cyan story was my top one. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what else they have. You know, that like I'm sad to say goodbye, but I feel like it's one of those things where I need to just trust the show that it's going to have other amazing things that I'm going to get attached to, and just to like watch the next episodes and see how much I enjoy it. So, and you know, if and when we get a season 2, I'll probably get more Lucky Cyan there, and I'll probably be very happy about it. So, yeah, we're going to jump into this episode. I don't know fully what to expect. Also, quick heads up, I'm saying this at the start of all of my videos for the past week, but I'm sick right now. I'm sort of coming out towards the end of the sickness now, I think. But there's still a little bit of coughing left. Sometimes I'm like blowing my nose and stuff. So if there's anything, you know, any coughing or anything in this video like there, then I apologize. Wow, that cough couldn't have timed better. Then I apologize in advance. I wish I could do something about it. It's my body. Yeah, anyway, let's jump into To Be Hero X episode 11. Oh, okay. White-haired girl? Yeah, so this is the character. We did see her last episode, right? Or recently, at least.
Excuse me. What are you doing?
She's done?
Please sit. I'm already finished. Hey.
Okay. Nailed the university entrance exam. Yeah, that's right. His daughter, right?
2 years to do this.
Perfect score. That's cool. It's a device that can grade it quickly. I'm a real hero. Picture a planet in disharmony. I still ain't done enough. Not even close.
To the stage to present her speech.
Budding
genius is also
I didn't get that name.
In school history.
UA or something?
The trust we need to succeed does come from the people around us.
Okay.
But more importantly, it comes from within. That's why. To trust myself and change this world by becoming a hero.
Alright, she seems like a good... I was wondering, you know, how good would she be? You're gonna laugh at the girl who graduated in 2 years?
I'll never be a hero. You think she'll try to become eggs?
Yes, bartender. Fuck them up.
Let the girl dream, will you?
Yeah.
I refuse to listen to you losers until you stop day drinking and go get jobs. Tab and leave.
Hell yeah, girl.
What they fail to recognize is that heroes are forged by the will of the people.
Aww.
Only then can we achieve order. This is why I want to become X. I will guide this world toward the order it deserves.
Looks like his daughter's even worse.
You shouldn't underestimate that girl. It's always the daring types like her who are the best at grabbing the public's attention.
I mean, she set her mind out to do something crazy and she did it.
But I do foresee a wave of female heroes. She will lead the charge.
Makes
For
sense.
us, X
Like in a world like
represents
this,
is a symbol of mankind's limitless potential.
I can talk about it in
One
discussion.
At just 14, many are calling the young girl Hero Queen.
Hero Queen. There you go.
After that speech, the public has fallen in love with Queen, and apparently, so has the industry.
Well, I liked Queen last episode.
DOS to take her crown. DOS's highest-ranking female hero, Boa, joining us today. She'll
Boa?
be sharing about her life.
She looks sick.
Hero has changed. Boa has always been hailed as a perfect mix of power and
She's got like the same color scheme as Belle from ZZZ.
since her Queen's speech
This is a
was
cool
game-changing for
sequence.
female hero. Now, Boa's in the running for the top 10.
Whoa. Bo is sick. Oh, Boa. B-O-W-A. I was missing the W.
Why are all the hero ads jam-packed with chicks?
Hmm.
So, who cares? Let's game! Come on, Big Johnny!
What a unique design. That character seems like that's going to be important.
Are entering into the hero profession.
And then we see Lucky
DNS
Cyan.
is taken.
Whoa.
Welcome, star on the rise, Boa!
That's a pretty sick design.
Last year's X, the man who puts a grin on everyone's
Last year's
face.
X?
Smile.
Smile. Okay, this is sick. I bet he literally can't stop smiling even if he wanted to. Because people would believe that he's always smiling. Oh my god. That's so sick looking. Wow. Oh, this is awesome. Whoa! Oh shit! Hell yeah, dude! Oh my god, her weapon's so cool. He's still smiling, although it's more like a grimace now. Okay, Queen, maybe? Yep. Cool outfit.
Leave her.
Holy shit! Whoa! What's her power?
The hero who will be named this year's X is Boa!
So Boa did win X one year. Does she have like gravity control, Queen? Oh my god!
Then your determination must outweigh your skill.
I love Boa's design. And Queen's, to be honest.
Congratulations to my ladies.
The second
One
Miss X
fulfilled
in
her
history.
dream of reaching the top 10.
Do we know who the first Miss X was?
Became the second female X. How lucky you are, Boa. Your success never would have happened without
Man,
your speech.
Boa feels like she's not earning
So
her.
thank you.
She helped hold the ladder, but I'm the one who made the climb.
Yeah.
You made the climb because I chose you to.
Oh my god.
And I run as you rose to the top.
Stop threatening
What a
her.
douche.
I just want you to remember we're all part of a family. A win for one of us is a win for all.
Fuck you. Boa and Queen, you two would have stuff in common if you didn't have this dude, like, kinda tearing you apart. You could be, like, friendly rivals with each other.
Now, I don't know if you're his cousin or you're screwing him or what.
Jesus.
But I've got a news.
Fools like you wouldn't eat up so much of my time. Stand back.
Oh, shit, man. What the fuck? Her power's crazy.
Pretentious bitch! I'm gonna kill you!
Okay, yeah, I knew this character would come into it.
You're killing me here!
See you at the ranking.
It was just too good a design for this character for them not to be used.
Heyo! I'm sorry about the interruption. Are you done being a rascal? Tell the nice lady you're sorry!
What's this?
What?
I've lost control. I can't turn away.
Oh,
So,
shit.
I'm Little Johnny, and not to brag,
Little
but
Johnny.
you boys rank 15.
Wow.
I don't understand. I can't stop looking.
Oh, it's like so cute.
Too strong.
Like,
Too cute.
like its power is how cute it is.
Son, Big Johnny!
Your son.
Big Johnny. So it probably has a high trust value itself, and people find him very cute. So you literally can't, like, not acknowledge how cute he is.
Wanna hang out on our floor with us?
Sure.
Yay! Let's go! Oh, wow. So, are you officially moved into the tower?
Yes.
Awesome! Drop by whenevs, okay?
Oh,
With FOMO altering the way we interact.
FOMO?
as of late,
Executive Jent has stepped down from his roles as both COO and director. Meet the Treatment Corporation. The
Treatment
new business
Corporation.
chock full of new heroes.
Media has changed for good, and these burgeoning businesses have begun to
Oh, a
step
magical
away
girl.
from traditional methods of growth.
These are cool sequences. Look at the art here.
We must see the future that lies before
I love how
us.
much they're doing these sequences.
Hero Dragon Boy and his radical fighting style have been the subject of much debate. Those following yesterday's fire, I'm happy to report that
Oh.
article. A brave
There's...
firefighter single-handedly
What's his name?
brought a fallen bee
I forgot what his name is.
The remote's not a toy.
Aww. Oh man. It's like seeing cameos, except it's the same show.
Cute too.
Oh, what a cut.
Hello,
Oh!
Queen. My name's Lucky Cyan.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. We saw that they were friends.
Hey, little Johnny.
Oh, will do. Nice.
And this is my son, Big Johnny.
Hey, can I pet him?
Aww.
Since you booped my kiddo, do we get good luck?
That's usually how it goes. But I'm not.
The ranking matches are coming up soon. Get Cyan to bless you so you can win.
Hmm.
I'm happy to try.
Oh.
No, thank you. People would say I won due to luck. I can't have that.
Okay. Yeah.
Little Johnny.
Here. You may look
I'm so glad we're seeing Cyan.
total monster.
Didn't Queen end up
Do it.
losing? We saw last time?
The 18th HAT ranking tournament is about to begin.
Well, I guess we're gonna find out.
Where is Boa?
Yeah.
Her opponent, a mysterious
Whoa!
contestant who eked into the top 10 right before the match.
It's
His
X?
name is registered into the hero roster.
Holy shit. Whoa, this is our first time actually fully seeing him. I mean, I think we saw him in Lucky Cyan's episodes, but... This is cool. Yeah, no way she wins then, right? What? Is it over? What happened? It's over.
Beat me?
And we don't even get to see how it happened. Wow.
Top story has defeated every opponent in a matter of seconds. Who could this man be? And
That's
what
so
unknown,
cool.
no unknown is that our dark horse is now X. More at 6.
So him being a mystery is what people would like trust, you know? So he'd get more powered up, the mysterious part of him.
I see. So this is failure.
We've searched every last one of the city's records and haven't found a trace of him. He's a ghost.
Interesting.
Come on! Are you trying to tell me the guy doesn't exist?
I like that they're introducing him now.
But it's fine. If I do end up an unemployed loser, I'll just hang with Boa.
Oh my god. Is this the ED music? Are we already done?
Of course. She's your daughter.
Uh-huh. Well, that was an excellent episode. I really loved that episode. I just think it's such a cool such a cool concept they're going with right now, and also, like, I was talking about, you know, mourning the loss of Lucky Cyan. Firstly, I mean, this episode has some Lucky Cyan in it, which is nice. And two, we also, like, I also have the pleasure of the fact that it's another female superhero main character. And they're actually going over, like, the gender dynamics of, like, you know, being a female hero and stuff, which I think it works nicely in this show. Sometimes you can do storylines like that, and it's like, oh, okay, well, what? You have a female superhero in your show, but you're like, you know, you're making a big deal about the fact that they're a female superhero. Like, you know, is it worth going into that storyline, or would you want to instead make their story a bit more unique by, you know, giving them a different kind of storyline? But what I think, the reason I think it works nicely in this show is because this show is about trust value. The fact that there tends to be a bias against women in society in general, the fact that there tends to just be like a subconscious or conscious bias against them means that it would like literally be harder for women to become heroes in this world. Not just, not because they're not strong enough necessarily, but because people don't believe in them enough. So waves of media being like, yeah, girl power would genuinely make them stronger. Like, in this world, it is like a really important thing to do for a woman like Queen to stand up and speak out for women. I mean, it's important in our world as well. I don't want to act like, oh, only in this world is that important. But like in this world, it's absolutely vital that people speak out for women, because then they genuinely would get more public support. And now that Boa became X, and Queen was making the speeches and stuff and had graduated in 2 years and done crazy at 14 or something, right? She was 14 years old, graduated from university in 2 years. Like, that's wild. I went to uni for 5 years to get my degrees. I have 2 degrees technically. I did a double degree when I went to uni. I did media and arts, and my major was creative writing. And so basically a double degree is, instead of doing a 3-year course and getting 1 degree, I did a 4-year course and I got 2 degrees. And then I sort of like spread out between learning stuff about media and learning stuff about arts. So I was kind of in 2 departments a little bit. And so I did that when I went to uni. But you may have heard that I was there for 5 years. I wasn't held back. I didn't fail anything except for scheduling. That's kind of what I failed. Where it's like because university scheduling, like picking out your classes and like, at least where I am, it's pretty fucking awful. Like it's not currently, at the time I went to uni, it was not simple. It was like complicated on like trying to figure out, okay, hang on, so I need this credit and I need this, but I can't tell which classes that is, and I don't know, and like it says I have to choose one of these types of classes, but I don't know. And so like, I did it every year, but it's so confusing. And one semester I made a mistake with one of them, where it's like, I think I enrolled in a class I wasn't supposed to, or I didn't enroll in another class that I needed for a credit. And so I basically had a choice, like, next semester, do I do an extra course? So instead of doing 4 courses, I do 5 courses and have a bigger workload, or do I go to school for another semester and have less work, but over a longer period of time, stay at uni for a bit longer. And I chose to go for another semester. And also then I was able to drop out of a class that I really, really hated, that I thought was like really not good for me, and it sucked in all these ways, and it wasn't helping me. And so then for that final semester, I had 2 courses instead of having just the 1 course. I wasn't just at uni for 1 course, I was then at uni for 2 courses, and that was much easier. And then I just had like my final semester at uni was a pretty chill semester where I was doing half the workload. And it was a nice way to ease out of uni. So like, all that to say, like, I went to uni, I was a pretty good student, I would say. I wasn't amazing, but I was a pretty good student. I did all my work, I didn't fail any classes. Even for some of the classes, I got like distinctions, or sometimes once or twice even high distinctions, which is like the top grades, like A pluses basically. But it took me 5 years to get my degrees. This girl at 4, and I was, you know, that was from the ages of like 19 to 24. And this girl's 14 years old and did it in 2 years. Or like, does that mean she was 12 years old when she started? Maybe. So she was 12 years old and then got her degree in 2 years. So yeah, she's like, that's a woman that when she's speaking to everyone about like, I can do this, I'm gonna believe her. I'm gonna be like, holy shit, this girl's gonna do crazy things. So yeah, that would boost the female hero, like the female heroes as a whole. And I mean, it sucks to like go up to Boa and be like, you owe Queen because her speech made you stronger. You shouldn't do that. Like, what's the name? Mickey is a shitbag for like having that conversation with her and like making her feel inferior after she just like won X. But it is true that it's, you know, that Queen's speech did help her, you know. It would have been like cool if Mickey wasn't in the picture. I wonder if Boa I wonder if Boa and Queen could have gotten along if there wasn't Mickey that is like constantly comparing them to each other, you know? I wonder if they could have been still probably like competing, but in a more friendly way, helping each other out a bit more. And I wonder if Boa could have like thanked Queen properly if she wasn't told to, you know? Like sometimes you'll have that thing where you're like doing something or you're about to do something and then someone tells you to do it and you're like, well, hang on. Like if you're like, oh, you know what? The trash is getting full. I'm going to go take out the trash. And you go towards the trash and then, you know, your roommate comes out and goes, hey, take out the trash for me. Then you're going to be like, well, I don't want to fucking do that. Like, I was going to do it. And now if I do it, it feels like I'm only doing it because you told me to. And that's like humiliating. You know, that's like, it shouldn't be, but it feels infantilizing to us. And so it's like, even though we were going to do it anyway, suddenly now I don't want to do it anymore. And I feel like rebelling against it, being like, no, I'm not going to fucking do that. I'll do it when I want to do it or something. And so I wonder if like that could be the case where it's like when Mickey is constant, and I think his name is Mickey. I saw it on the phone, when what's his name? I don't have the other guy's name, was getting the phone call from him. But like, you know, because Mickey's constantly saying like, oh, you two, you're gonna be facing each other, and like, oh, you're X now, but Queen's coming up, and also, you know, she's the reason you're strong, and you should thank her. Like, all of that stuff would just hammer and hammer away at you, where Boa would start to resent Queen, even though Queen isn't wanting that to happen. She's not saying like, you should thank me for that. She's actually being like, I don't need your thanks, and I don't need your help. I'm gonna win this by my own merits. So I just think it's this show, the way it explores these concepts is so interesting because the trust value concept is so strong. It works really nicely for this show, and it like applies to so many different themes. Now, excuse me while I drink some water and think about my next point. So here's something. I'm like Jay Leno. Here's something. The first storyline and the second one was all, or not all, but like mostly 3D, right? The show was 3D animation before, and then in Lucky Cyan's story, we transitioned to a 2D animation, and then we like stayed there. And it's like they were telling that whole story in 2D animation. And I thought it was like, okay, well, with Lucky Cyan's story, we want to stick with 2D because like that's the style they've chosen. And then now we're in this story. Now, admittedly, this story is like, it's directly coming off of Lucky Cyan's story. You know, like I would consider this almost like a part 2 to Lucky Cyan's story, it feels like. But it's still like it's a different story, and we have yet to go back to that 3D animation style. So I wonder if the show's done with it now. You know, like I wonder if they wanted to establish a style, and like establish that they can do 3D and that they're doing a lot of different art styles, but then shift back to doing a very like a more regular animation style. I think I'd be a little sad about that, because the 3D animation to me was like a really great look for this show. I've loved the way that these episodes have looked as well, don't get me wrong. I do love the 2D animation style as well, but like I'm a sucker for good 3D anime, you know, like I think I think there's like there can be something really nice and emotive about 3D animation. So like I love the Bang Dream series. I love D4DJ. I love Girls Band Cry. Which is those are all music anime, but there's other examples. I mean, Into the Spider-Verse is a good example. And what Arcane? There you go. Arcane is a huge example, right? A lot of shows that have like really nice 3D animation can just be some of my favorite visual styles out there. So and I really liked that from this show. So I kind of hope they like dip back into it. Not necessarily in this storyline. I'm cool with if they want to stick with this style for a little while longer, but if they want to keep the like if they change the storyline drastically with the next character or something, then I think it would make sense to go back to that 3D storyline. So I'm hoping we see that. It was cool seeing some actual X things happening. I will say something that kind of surprised me is we saw the X competition here, right? And it seems like the finals or whatever are literally just like a one-on-one battle in an empty arena, which is cool. Like it makes sense, and the battles are really cool. So I think it would be cool to see regardless. But just what I'm thinking is that, like, you know, they've been building up the X competition or whatever, and if season 2 is gonna be like based on the tournament, and we're seeing all of these characters that have been built up in this tournament 1v1 all the way through, that would be really awesome. But at the same time, I'm kind of surprised that it might just be like one-on-ones in an empty arena, because I feel like it would be a little bit harder to make that like consistently interesting without like changing it up a lot. But it can certainly work. Like, I'm not going to say that it would get dull, definitely, because like, for example, my favorite tournament arc in anime is the My Hero Academia sports festival tournament arc, right? And that's just a I mean, there's a series of games, and they change up a little bit, but the final round is just like a 1v1 tournament, and they are just standing in an empty ring, and it is just like one-on-one fights in an empty ring, just kind of like this. But every single fight in that I love. Like, I think it does a really good job at like making them all unique and entertaining and great. So I'm not gonna say that it doesn't work, because it's worked in my favorite tournament arc of all time. I'm just surprised, because I thought it might have been like a Hunter x Hunter exam arc type thing or something, you know, where they really try to make like a unique way of going against each other, or like this time you're gonna be fighting in this area or something. I don't know. So Johnny's cool. Little and Big Johnny, they're cool. I like them. And then we got to see X finally in this episode, and not only did we get to see him, but he beat Queen and we're like learning about him. So it seems like he's a mystery man. No one knows anything about him. Don't know his name. And so I think also, like, if he had the trust value and he appears out of nowhere and he's like beating people, and a big part of it was like, oh, who is this guy? No one knows anything about him. Then his power would probably be that he's a big mystery, right? So, like, if he beats someone, maybe everyone's memories of it get erased, or like they just can't see it happen because it's supposed to be a mystery. It seems like a really cool setup for a character. I love, this entire series I've been like, who is X? Like, what's the deal with this character? We keep seeing him in the OP and stuff, not knowing anything about him. And then now we like see the fighting, and we still don't get to see the fight. We see him appear, and it's like, oh shit, he's here, and then we don't see it happen. So it's a good way to build up mystery of this character. I really like it. I like it a lot. This episode was fantastic. It was exactly the kind of episode that I would have wanted to see today. So that was To Be Hero X episode 11. Thanks for joining me. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reaction, early access, and exclusive videos for both this channel and my Gent Watches One Piece channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.